it just as quickly as I can, hopefully in like 10, 15 minutes. But I just, a couple hours ago, I uploaded this California share, and I noticed on my main page, I can go to the home where folks who come in, oh, now suddenly it's there. Uh, that's very interesting because here, when I just go to the regular videos, it's not there. And this isn't even actually well, actually, I know this is the live I'm doing right now. So there we go. That's why this is there. Excuse me. I'm just find it interesting because I was like, well, maybe it was the photo I had. Because when I go to now, I don't know why a pregnant woman's belly would be considered lewd and indecent in any way, shape, or form. Clearly, there's black down here, and up here under the banner you can't see, but she has on a black bra. There's no even under boob being shown. um and this is not considered lewd in this time and age, and I've seen far worse, far worse on They Thug. But I just find it so striking. I changed this to, I said, well, maybe it's because of the clothing. They won't post that thumbnail. But lo and behold, when I kept going back to see if once I had changed it, it went back to the where I would be able to see like all of these. As soon as I uploaded them, they were visible. They were visible. And so it just, I mean, what these people do is so ghoulish. It's so Dracula-like. And it's not comical because it's happening to our real lives. But it's, I mean, it's contemptible beyond comprehension. They drag us into chattel slavery, use us and abuse us in ways that make all their horror movies seem like bedtime stories for children that weren't written by the what is it, Grimm's fairy tales. Um it, and then they use us and abuse us, make a fortune, become the fastest rising country, society in all of human history, and they don't have no thank you for it whatsoever. No reparable thank you. I mean, they want to give us bribes so they can continue controlling us by saying, "Oh yeah, maybe we'll give you reparations," especially if you move to California and get irradiated up the wazoo, so you have a million mutations in your children, your progeny. But they want to do all of that, and they don't want to do anything that's actually going to repair the damage that they caused. Nobody was waiting for white people to show up and do. We were living just fine, wonderful lives without them, right? And then they're going to hide it. So, in the balance of what is good in this universe that is controlled and created only by Allah, in the balance of what's good and bad, because they want to make it seem as if, no, we're really the good guys. China's the bad guy. I'm not saying China isn't, right? But I'm just saying there's no difference. There's no difference. They have a whole white paper revolution going on in China because the Chinese are like, oh, we can't say anything. Every time we turn around, everything is not allowed. Well, that's what I've been experiencing my entire time on YouTube. Right? I don't say Procyon Loter because I'm trying to be a music. I'm saying it because at a certain point in time, they started taking down all the videos where I had the real word that is our right to use. So we could call out our traitors and everybody knows what we mean. We don't have to explain it. Okay. And they would take those down because it was different coming from me. because I don't wish anybody any harm. In an instant, I'll let you know. Take that violence rhetoric, and I won't even be mad at the person saying it, but I'll say it's not going to help us in our situation. We need a long term solution, not just short term in order for you to get your rocks off and feel like you're brave. If you're that brave, put in the long term life work. Because trust me, oh my goodness, that is some real challenging work right there. I know I have massive admiration, awe for all our ancestors who fought every day of their lives, and you can't find the rhetoric like they're trying to push on us now with these black operatives out here. Everybody wants to look and say, "Oh, Africa, they sold us into slavery or whatever." I'm like, look at these black people right here, born right here, who just for a couple of coins are willing to jump on the KKK bandwagon. And the KKK ain't even what they make it out to seem. That's the fool of dumb white people. Okay. And so all of this is just orchestrated. And they hope, some of their hope is that they'll drive us insane. A lot of, when you know who the devil is, you suddenly have an immense amount of satisfaction because everything makes sense. When you understand black versus white, and it's really white versus black, suddenly you go, oh, I get it. Right. And when you really hate the way they've orchestrated this, then you have every motivation to get every aspect of your life right and correct. You're done with the whiteism. You're done with the hella weird holidays. You're done with Christmas. You're done with New Year. You're done with all of it because you're like, these people need to be as far away as East is from West from you. And then you get about the business of taking care of yourself. And that's where the real healing starts. And so these folks, they hope that they can, make us just give up. Just give up. And if they can't make us give up, I mean, goodness gracious, they terminated every single one of my channels. And God bless all 418 of you who've subscribed. And a lot of you wonder after a while, what happened to the radical sister? Right? Because I'm consistent. I'm gonna be here. And you come looking for me, and I thank you for that. That is such a flattery. And at the same time, I'm like, look, I'm going to show you that I'm about that I've never been kidding with you. And so, in a way, they have intensified the respectability of what I share. And that now people can go, oh, she hasn't changed. If anything, I'm getting more determined to pivot on what they really took my channels down for. Right. So with this, I mean, I've never seen, on this, I don't know how many shares I have up on here and how many lives, but that has never happened. Never, ever happened. And all I'm trying to do with that video is save sisters who don't know. And I shared in there how I was just astounded by one of my dear real life sister friends who just happenstance was, we were driving in a car. She came to visit from Cali. We were driving in a car and she was on a cell phone with her friend in Cali. I have never met that queen, never met her in Cali. And just by happenstance, she's like, oh, I'm in the car with my friend Ajali. And, she's got a channel on YouTube and it's real popular. So you might have heard of it. It's called The Radical Sister. I know she was talking about the channels that they terminated. Okay. Because that gave me authority. People say it, and I didn't ask her to say anything about it. And the queen on the other side, who I forget exactly what she does, but she's a medical scientist. And she said, I've heard of her. Someone actually shared one of her videos with me. And then I just broke it down in the share how California's just been obliterated with radiation. But oh no, 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 no. Let's go reload again. Okay, it's up there, but it's not up over here. It's not up over here, right? So please take that as confirmation. I don't even know if this right now, the live, will be up here. Okay? I'm just saying, it's obvious. It's obvious. These are the devil we are dealing with. These are not our friends. There's nothing about them that is trustable. Okay? If you would do something like this, I ain't was nobody in that shed that I said, oh boy, we got to go hurt this one. No. I said, if it's good for black people, because we're just rooted to doing good, then it's good for everybody. Okay? All races. So, yeah, that's what's up. Let me get on out of here. I'm going to see, let's see, go back over here and see if there's 6 people watching. So let me come on over and greet anybody who might have left a comment of some kind and get on out of here. See if there's 6 people watching. Okay, there we go. Greetings to you, brother Roy Zero and sister Yanaya Yisrael. It's good to see you. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, Bella and Shag, what are you saying, sister? Was just showing us what we exactly. That's why I didn't do any shares about it, because I'm like, oh well, that's them being them. Okay. They're just trying to normalize it so they can be comfortable. They don't have to. I mean, I watch so many. And I even had to stop a bit because it was so disturbing. How there was one family that was in, I believe it was, I don't know if it was Rhode Island, but it was one of those states that's up. But they had generations of incest where they were in, I mean, as soon as the children were like 2 and 3 years old, they were on the incest train. And this was just normalized for everybody in the family, mothers, fathers, grandma, grandpa, generation after generation. It was so disgusting. And that's just one story. This is so repetitive. It's crazy. And they want us to think we're the worst people on the planet. Nothing of the sort is true. It's just not true. Right? So they're trying to normalize all of this so that it's not so difficult for them to pretend to be civilized. Right? If they're civilized, then they're going to prove it. Civilization doesn't have to be goaded into being civilized. It just is rational. It makes perfect sense. Right? And so anything that we say, if we're the barbarians, it's not going to stop them from riveting right back to civilization. All of this crazy perversions they're trying to trumpet out here, and they put us as the poster face of all of it. No, I'm sorry. That's not civilized. It leads to absolute chaos, dis- destroyed families, women who can't get along with men, men who can't get along with women. That's barbarity. Okay. All right. Let me get on out of here. And thank you so much. And yep, they didn't leave it in Habsburg, Germany. It traveled. They are definitely the great pretenders. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. All right. Peace and blessings to everybody. I really wanted this to be short. I just wanted to document. Oh, let me hit like on my own share. And thank you to the person who hit like right there. Watch all my videos, share them, the ones that you find the most relevant, with those you love. Share them with those that you kind of, don't share them with the ones that you out now can't stand. All right. But you assist me with just that, watching a video all the way through, hitting like, leaving comments. I love comments. I know they do remove a lot of comments because they know, because when I come up on here, the first place I go to is not to see how many views I got, it's to see who commented, because that's an interaction. It's a wonderful exchange, right? So now they limit all comments down to the bare nub. And that's to give the impression to me, the administrator of the channel, that nobody cares. And I know that's a patent lie. Okay. But if you can, leave a comment because I love the interaction, and donate. Donate. This is not a joke. This is for real. I'm talking about trying to save pregnant Black women, Black guys, period, all over the planet. Because I've been here and I've been consistent, I've discovered the radioactive rice. First, I saw it shipped to Haiti, and then I realized it's being shipped massive quantities, tonnage, metric tonnage to Africa. And then I realized about the sea moss. And there you go. In the video, I posted how in California, on all the seaweed products, they have a warning that all seaweed has chemicals, they say. They just mean radiation that causes birth defects, that causes cancer. Because why is California doing? Because they were so saturated with radiation and they don't want to be sued. That's why they also blew up the WIP nuclear power station. In case you don't know what that is, it's the waste isolation processing plant that is still on, I do believe, I don't know if it's in Virginia or in the Carolinas, but they store nuclear waste there. It's never waste because it's more volatile. And there was a fire in there, and plutonium was spread all up the eastern seaboard region. I didn't realize it then, but now I realize they did that on purpose, in my conclusion, because they want to not make it so obvious. Hold on a second. Ooh, they don't want it to seem so um unbalanced, the amount of death that's already happening on California. And I'm not just talking about human death, interspecial death is happening in massive quantities starting on the West Coast. And so they're just trying their best to hem it out. Like I saw a report that there's been these different attacks on power plants. They don't say nuclear power plants, but when I read, it's supposed to be the electrical ones. And there's just like fires and, little bullets being sprayed into buildings. And I said, you know what? They're probably going to start doing that to the nuke plants too, because they deliberately, during the whole lockdown phase, they fired an awful lot of the staff at these nuclear power plants. These things must be maintained. I don't care if Armageddon does happen. We're going to have to figure out how to maintain them because you can't just let them go, right? And so we're talking about the devil. This is genuine hell right here, right? It's just not hella weird fantasy hell. It's the real one. That's the one the Most High warned us about. Okay? It's run by real people or people like people, and they don't like us. Every nation does not like us. Okay? I love you. Let me get out of here. Oh, peace, beloved sister, Jai Africa. Good night, Queen. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming on in. And this is just real impromptu. Okay, so I will see you in a couple days, probably tomorrow. Actually, I have something that I need to share tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Peace, everybody. I love you.